Good morning, everyone. Hi, John. Happy Sunday. Thank you, dear. Happy Sunday to you. Everything looks nice. Main thing is that you're relaxed and at ease. I am. We just had a really powerful resurrection mass for David Johansen. And as you can see, we're bringing you again to the altar that we've had going since David made his uh, situation just prior to his death yesterday, his crossover, I should say. We we've had this altar going ever since, and today we removed the love candle, the LUV candle that's been at that altar. There's still a bit of light left in it. I don't know if you could see that. And we replaced it with the resurrection candle this morning, and we just had a mass accompanied by music, the ringing of bells, and it was very powerful, and I'm pretty swept away by it all. Very joyful. We played the whole album of Buster Poindexter and the Spanish Rocket Ship Band, and which is I believe it was the first show, or one of the first shows I ever caught David at the bottom line with this incredible Latino band. It might have been my first. No. I saw him on a booze cruise prior to that. I've seen David so many times. Hi, David. Hey, everything is. You're going in style, kid. You're taking me out there in style. You're dragging my butt out there in style. Yes, because you know me in style. They should have called me Harry Styles. Yeah, they should have, but they didn't. They called you Buster. I told her after this morning's, I heard you. John said, all right, we did this whole fucking mass for this guy. Yeah. Everybody heard it. Christopher heard it. I know he did. The big guy. He's in the other room. He was dancing. Trust me. Now, am I right or am I right? He's not going to answer. He might be out feeding the bird. Nah, he's there. He don't like being called out. He's not a religious man. Chris is a spiritual. Yeah, he is. John told Lena, if you shed one more tear for this motherfucker, I am gonna get mad. Yeah. Well, it kind of it did bother me a little bit. You had so much love for this guy, and you never really showed any interest when John, you're gonna make me cry. When you crossed over, I think my brain snapped. I was incapable of showing anything. So leave me alone. Okay, that's all I wanted. He wants you to cry. You did it. Fine. My work here is done. Jesus Christ. We saw Buster dancing. If you guys have ever heard the Spanish Rocket Ship Band, oh my God, it was. I think it was really one of your greatest incarnations as a. Yeah, I would have to agree. Extremely strenuous show. Yeah, this great conga line going and everything. I remember those were. I remember it was the first show I started talking to you from the audience. Yeah, but there would be several of such occasions. But do you remember it, Buster? Do I remember? Who wants to tell this? You or me? I want to hear you tell it. I sat down on a stool. I was sitting on a stool in between sets, and I was doing my usual patter, my shtick with the audience, and or at the audience, really, yeah, because everybody would just be laughing everything out of his mouth. Yeah, Lena was the only one answering me back. Well, but go ahead, Buster. What did I say? I took out a dropper bottle of St. John's wort, right? St. John's wort, which in holistic circles, it is well known to be an antidepressant to lift your mood. But not many people would really know that unless they were holistically inclined. And he made the announcement, pardon me, I need to take my St. John's wort. And as he was putting a dropperful into his mouth, go ahead, Buster, she yells out from the audience, what are you, depressed? And Buster came back so fast that it was almost like we had rehearsed this beforehand. Almost. He just came back so fast. Oh, you have no idea. Do you remember that, Chris? And the audience fucking cracked up. And he just beamed this big smile at me. And I thought, I know this guy from some other life. It's because he's an archangel. He's a living archangel. He brought joy to so many. John, go for it. Oh, stop. You love... I do. I love him.
He's a straight man there. Because him saying that without explaining it, he's waiting for somebody.
Yeah, right. He was just... I walked right into it. And I walked into another great joke. Oh, God, let's tell it. At the Cafe Carlisle... Yeah. I told my head of lettuce joke. Half a head of lettuce joke. Oh, yes. There's this really corny joke about it. Do you remember how it... I believe... I have trouble with this. I do too, Buster. Why is that? It's complicated a little bit. But a guy is at the grocery store and he says, who the fuck would buy a hat? What kind of idiot would buy a half a head of lettuce? Because there was... he said he asked for a half a head of lettuce. And what was the punchline? The other guy had the other half, and he said, like a fine gentleman like yourself. It was something like that. Would buy the other half. It was something really like a Borscht Belt joke. Yeah. But my father, my biological father, used to go around telling that joke, and I remembered it, the lettuce part. But to the life of me, I can't. We got to look that up. Yeah. We'll get that joke right. Rodney Dangerfield is here. Oh, boy. You guys are a disgrace. What's the joke, Rodney? Guy goes into a grocery store. He says, I got a head of lettuce. I need a head of lettuce. And the other guy goes, I don't know, Lena. What are you talking about? Well, I want to know what this joke is. Well, here, let me just finish. So, Lena, I told the joke, right? And I'm upset that we can't remember that we're going to get this joke. Lena yells out after I finished it. And the audience laughed at that. They were laughing at that corny joke. And Lena yells out, my father used to tell that joke. And Buster turns around and yelled out right back in my face. Because we were sitting right up front. I used to golf with your father. And again, and I said, I bet you did. Meaning I'm an old fart like a father, right? I just bet you did. And again, the audience just cracked up. And I remember Mara at the end of the show when I gave Mara, because I made crystal necklaces for everyone at that show. I made them for the whole band, and I made them for the band's wives. So I gave him out at the end of the show while the band was packing up. And Mara said to me, God, you're so funny with him. She said, that was great. Something like that. And I was like, oh, gee, that's really? All right, we're going to find out this joke. Let's go. All right. This is great. We got the joke. Yeah, we got the joke. Here it is. There was a boy who worked in the produce section of a supermarket. A man came in and asked to buy half a head of lettuce. The boy told him that they only sold whole heads of lettuce, but the man replied that he only needed a half a head. The boy said, I'll be back. I have to talk to my manager. He walked into the back room and said, there is some jerk out there who wants to buy only a half a head of lettuce. As he finished saying it, he finds out that the guy followed him. The man is standing right behind him, so he quickly adds, and this gentleman wants to buy the other half. And that, well, you will never forget that joke, right? I could never remember that joke. See, this is how they teach me to remember something. Listen, this is up to you. I can't help you anymore. I'm over here. I don't know what you're gonna do the next time you find some comedian you want to heckle. Oh, please. Stop it, Buzz. Thanks, Rodney. No problem. It's great. Everybody's partying. You know that it is like that now, right now, when he's here. Yes. That is fantabulous. I'm trying to get a copy of the movie Screwed. Oh, well, you fucking rent it. It's $2.99. All right. I actually, there's a lot of clips of just your scenes. That's true. I don't want to bully you. Look, John's getting mad. Do you want to talk about this book or what do you want to do? All right, I'm just bringing to everyone's attention. Yeah, everyone. Uh, Let me just take a picture of that quick. Another one. Uh, we're gonna get started reviewing the Peace at Last book. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You want to read that first part about going through a tunnel of light and all that shit? Hold on a second. You can do this from here. All right. Uh, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Everybody's experience is singular. Okay. So I did experience that. Uh, but before I crossed over, that light was already in my room. Mara's probably going to talk about this in interviews, once she gets her act together. I was literally glowing. I believe it. And you know what? I saw that video that Mara posted yesterday from Valentine's Day from your sick bed. I was very fortunate. They let me go home, and I crossed over at home, surrounded by those that I love the most in the world, and who loved me the most in the world. Yeah, it's incredible. And there was this kind of a glow about you. I won't deny it. But David, you had that glow about you in life. That's why people wanted to be around you. That's why they left your shows like floating on air. Honestly, yeah. Thank you. And look at her. She's worried about the photography. I gotta take one more picture. Take another one. All right. Yeah, posterity. All right. So how long are you gonna keep me? Thank you, Lena. I always felt that way about the audience. I felt my audiences glowed. They were very special people. Anyone who was in the know and came to a show of mine, I think we were on the same wavelength. You would have to be. How could you not be? Unless you stumbled in by accident. And then hopefully hopefully you stayed and came again some other time and, padded my checkbook a little bit, right? Everything's going good? Yeah, everything's going great. Why are you upside down like that? This is just the way I ended up upside down right now. So, yeah, we just wanted to talk about John. Well, I feel that mass, I think we need a lay down, right? That was pretty heavy duty mass. Yeah, that was. Yeah, it was an amazing resurrection mass. It was really beautiful. I really like the bells at the end there. That's a C note that you hit there. You know that with that tuning fork? Yeah, C note, like that club you used to play. Yeah, the C note. On a good night in that place, you were very much pulling the same kind of magic that I did, and you got the recordings to prove it. Thanks, Buster. I like to think so. Those nights at the C Note and those nights at Kenny's Castaways, they were very special. So, but enough about me. Well, I think it's worth bringing to the attention of who's ever tuning in here. Lena's not just some, I ain't even going to say schizo, because people... Thanks, Buster. Thanks for not saying schizo. Well, you get the occasional orangutan who thinks they're going to call you that. Oh, you know, okay, I hear you. Yeah. No need to go further. Right. It's just one out of many, many. By the way, Italy. I know I have people from Italy today clogging up my blog with John, me and John's blog. Like all of a sudden, we got all these people in Italy. It's really funny how that happens. The other day, it was Serbia. So it's like all over the world. They're just like piling in to see what's going on with me and John and read the blog. And it's very, very cool. I never dreamed that my little story. Yeah, you're right. All right, I think Johnny wants to take you away from all this magic. All right, Johnny, I love you. I'm ready to call it a morning here and just get our act together and thank you for doing the mass with me. And I know you love David as much as I do, and you're just being. I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to spoil a good funeral for you. I listen. I love this guy so much. I've been feeding him vegetarian pastrami since he got here. Yeah, oh, it's good over here. The veggie pastrami is, oh God, your animals are all over here. That's very funny. Yeah, I'm with everyone. Everyone. Killer Kane. The whole crew was here. Of course, Johnny Thunders. Yeah, everybody. They're all pulling at me. What can I say? Yeah, all right. And of course, I'm still, full time, keeping Mara calm and Leah and that's gonna continue. Just the way John has always been with you. I'm not. That's not gonna change. Everybody is coming home together, whether they be in that dimension or this dimension or any other dimension. We find our way. Where there is love, we find our way back to each other, and we stick together like glue. All right, lots of love, and thanks for the mass. It was great, really, really awesome. All right, thank you, David Johansen, Johnny. Let's get going. Praise be God and Mother. Let's do a quick bell. Oh yeah, it's been a great morning. I love you, Lena. Come on, honey. All right, let's go.